Once a week, every Sunday, I'll be sending out a challenge to my email list and Patrons to test you and your knowledge. These tasks should take no more than an hour of your time and is a good way to practice without just copying and pasting. If you want to join these challenges, sign up for my email listing, which is free, or join my Patreon. Link is down below.
Okay, welcome everyone to this tutorial. In this challenge, we'll be saving and loading our player. So here you can see that as I move around, if I close the game and open it again, it saves the position automatically. Now, the way we are doing this, the basic crux of this, is essentially having a utils or a kind of global variable or a global script, sorry. Now, to make something global, all we need to do is head over to the project settings, go to auto load, we will find the folder and just add the folder that you want to do, add it, and there you go. I already have mine added, so nothing really changed, but here is now my script that is auto-loaded. It is now accessible from anywhere in the world or anywhere, and now I can access it by saying utils dot whatever I want. In this case, I am loading the game whenever I ready the world, and here I'm just saving it every physics process. In the utils function, let's take a look at our code. So to save the game, it's not too difficult. All we need to do is find where we're actually going to save this inside of some sort of bin. Here, I'm saving it inside of the res folder. Now, I want to create a save game function. Now, to do this, all we need to do is create a file. We do that by getting file access.open. We will use the path, and we want to write inside of it because we're saving our game. Now, in order to get the player here, I decided to just get the player using the get node root access. So I'm saying go through the root, we'll find the world, and we'll find the player. Now, is this the best way to do this? 100% not. I would definitely not recommend you do this inside of your game. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Once we have access to the player, we can save the player's position, the X and the Y, inside of a dictionary. So here I'm saving the position.x and then saving the actual player position by saying player.position.x and then doing the same thing for the Y. Once that's done, we will store our data inside of a JString. So we're going to stringify it here, and then we're going to store it. Next, to load this file, here we're going to, again, create our file again, but this time we're going to read it. Now here, we're just checking to see if the file is empty or not. So realistically, this actually doesn't matter, but just know that this helps debug a little bit and avoid errors. Now, for the file existence, we need to check to see if this file exists first. If it's true, meaning it does exist, then what we'll do is we'll go through the file and see if we reach the end of the file or not. If we are not at the end of the file, we can keep loading it, basically. And if that's the case, we will get the current line by saying JSON parse the string, and we'll get the line inside of the file. Once we do that, we can, again, get access to the player. So I did the same thing up here. I just got access to the player. And now all I want to do is set the position of the player's X and Y equal to the position, the current line position inside of my file. So now when I hit close here and I hit play, you can see that everything works pretty well. So here I can move around, close the game, play it again, etc. And of course, this works with many, many things. So here, let's say you wanted to create a global, let's say gold variable. So you can say, I would put like gold here, and then you can say player.gold or something, or health, those kind of things. Those are things that you can definitely save and load. So for this demonstration, I just showed you guys how to save and load a position. And yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, definitely hit the sub button down below and subscribe to my email list so you can get the weekly challenges every Sunday. So I'll see you guys hopefully next week.